I thought I'd do a video on this again on our colloidal silver generator. I've been tweaking it up a little bit, guys. I've dropped the voltage right down now on it to 1 amp, just over 1 amp, and 0.11 amps, sorry, and 1.0 volts. And what that's doing is just carefully removing one silver atom almost at a time. But obviously it's doing it lots and lots of times, and the results are amazing. The first time I had it cranked up too high, it was making the rods go black, and of course we was getting like cloudy water. But as you can see, that water now, it's been running for 24, about 30 hours, and it's crystal clear. Now, I mentioned it to someone earlier on this afternoon, a friend of mine, and he said, build me one. I said, well, I'm not 100% sure how much it's going to cost, but I just, off the top of my head, said £80. He said, no problem, build it, man. So I'm going to order the stuff to build him one, and I know what's going to happen here. A few of you guys are probably going to want one as well, especially, you know, with what's going on with the the COVID virus. Now, I'm not saying this can cure the COVID virus, because I'd get in a lot of trouble for that, but if you do your research and find out how good colloidal silver is, and if you want one of these generators built, it's going to look pretty much the same as it is, because I'm not a manufacturer of these. Most of the cost is in the silver and the voltage regulator on the top there, and obviously the Perspex clear acrylic tank. Yeah, I'll build one for you, and it'll be £80 if you want one, plus the postage and packaging to wherever you are. So if you do want one, just put it down when you pay through PayPal, obviously. Just make a note that it is for a colloidal silver generator and not just a donation. Or if you just want to do a donation, just do a donation. It's up to you. And you know, we really could do with some donations. You know, because of, obviously, as you can imagine, this COVID virus is frightening a lot of other people off. And I suppose, you know, it's no wonder, isn't it? You know, with everyone trying to get their things together and the uncertainty of what's happening. So yeah, what yours will come like, if you want one, is I'll solder a USB connector on there. So if you've got a USB charger like that there, it'll drop straight into it for you. So that's all you've got to get is a lead and a plug, and you know, the regulator on there will regulate it to the voltage it needs to be on. I just want to show you the quality of colloidal silver, and I know anyone that's manufactured one of these before or made one will be really impressed with the results that I'm getting. I'm just going to fire, you know, a little laser light through the tank, and if you look at the beam in the tank, you'll see these little sparkles appear, and what those sparkles are very, very tiny molecules of silver. But you know, you've got to be impressed with the results that this is producing, because of, yeah, look how clear the water is, and it's been running for over 30 hours. It's not burning the electrodes like a lot of people's is. That's partly because the bubbler dispenses the silver off of the rod as it's being produced, or as it's being taken off there through the electrolysis. But yeah, I mean, who wouldn't want one of these, you know, with what's going on with COVID virus spreading around the world. Me and my wife have been drinking this for the last 2 days. You know, put it in an ordinary water jug. And like I say, there's no taste, because it's, you know, the way it's producing it is at such a low volt. I mean, some people have theirs at higher volts, and they have, you know, they have more milliamps as well. But what that does is makes the rods go black, and obviously the more power you got running through the rods, you get bigger chunks of silver coming off it, and you also get like an oxidized colour to the water, like I did when I first set it all up. But by dropping the voltage right down, you know, it doesn't produce the colloidal silver at an alarming rate. I'll be giving, you know, I'll tell you that straight now. You want this running for at least 24 hours, and when you do empty it, leave a bit left in the tank as a primer for your next batch, and then you'll already have silver in the water, which will act as an electrolysis. Now, some people use baking soda, and that's how they get the colloidal gold colour when they've heated it up. I'm not going to do that. I'm just interested in getting the silver particles as small as I can and at high volume as I can, and this seems to be the best way to do that. But yeah, I mean, like I say, it's going to look pretty much the same as this, but without the big square hole in there. I mean, this was a tank that I'd used on the cloud generator project that I decided to discard. Not the project, but the tank that we were using was this one, and then we realised the tank really needs to be a different size so that it fits all the peltiers. But you know, if you want one of these, you know, drop your £80 in the PayPal link, and I'll order it all in one go, because the last thing I want to be doing is, if someone says to me next week, can I have one of these, I don't want to be ordering stuff again. I want to order enough silver, enough tanks, enough pumps, enough USB ports, and enough voltage regulators to do it all the ones that we get. So whatever order people want, you know, I'll then place the order for the bits, and I would say, I'd like to say 2 weeks lead time before you get it. But don't forget, it'll be £80 and plus your postage and packaging from the UK, wherever you are. So just bear that in mind. But I will say this, it's not very heavy, and it's not a massive thing. I mean, if I put my hand there, you get an idea of how the size of it is. And I'm not sure of the water capacity. I think it's a litre. I'm not 100% sure. I think it is a litre. But I was watching a video the other day, and there's a couple that are making their own Clydesdale silver. They'd brought this you know, machine, and they said it was very expensive. So I don't know how much, because they didn't say how much they paid for it. But what they did say is that if you make a gallon of Clydesdale silver, apparently it costs around £1,000. So you imagine how much this could save you if you was interested in, you know, drinking Clydesdale silver. Well, there's a couple of good things with this. First of all, it doesn't use a lot of electricity, because it's only running at 1 volt, and you can see it's only running at 1 milliamp. So, you know, it's something you can leave on your kitchen work surface all day and all night, and it's not going to, you know, kill your electric bill in order, you know, for you to make it. So yeah, I'll leave the link down below if you want to either support us at the observatory. You know, we're still, our main project is the pole shift news, and we keep you informed as to where the latest position is on the magnetic North Pole, as well as what's going on around the world. That's our primary focus, and you know, we also do a little bit of a talk with regards to what's going on with COVID. Beans, it's on everyone's case at the moment. I mean, it's just shocking, isn't it, guys? And you know, as the days go on, you know, the numbers of people that are passing away is going to increase, and you know, it's just unimaginable, isn't it? And you know, it's only going to be a matter of time before, you know, it's one of our family friends that have got COVID, or you know, I hope not the case, but you know, we may hear that someone we know or one of our loved ones has been taken victim to it. So yeah, but I hope that's not the case. You know, I hope we never get that phone call, one of us, you know, at least. So anyhow, I'll keep this video short. I'll just say the links are down there if you want to support what we're doing, and maybe catch up with you tomorrow with some pole shift news. But if you want one, chuck £80 in a PayPal account, and within a couple of weeks you could have one of Mastar's Clydesdale silver generators. If you don't know what Clydesdale silver is, just go and have a research on it on YouTube. There's plenty of videos. I'm just saying that this particular setup that I've got here, as you can see, all those little sparkles of light that you see in the beam pattern in there is actually silver, and depending on how long you run it is to the level of purity and concentration. It's as simple as that. It's up to you. But there's not, you know, I mean, who wouldn't want that at this time? We've got no defence against COVID whatsoever, so maybe this is you know, that for you. It certainly, you know, is worth me doing it. So you know, I'll just leave it at that, I think, guys, and wish you a good Monday, and be safe, everyone, as always. Bye for now.